Hello everyone. I've just come back from a run, hence the really red and sweaty face. It's been a while since I've checked in. That was a really hard one. I did not want to go for a run at all. I spent the morning looking at rental properties. I'm having to get out of my current property or place at the end of May. So today is the 6th of April, so a bit over, or I guess a bit under 2 months. So spent the morning looking for places, and yeah, like not everything's so expensive, and just was feeling a little bit low. But when I got home, and I was telling my friend, and he was like, just go for a run. Like, you know, have you gone to the gym? I was like, no, I think I'll just go for a run outside. He's like, yeah, do that. But I couldn't, didn't want to do it. But I took everything I had just to get off the couch. But I went for a run. It was a really hard one. It wasn't exactly the best run that I've done, probably obviously because of my mood. But I did about 4.38 Ks around the park, just did a few loops of the park. So I'm glad I did that. I do feel better for have gone, that I went, I should say. But yeah, it was a bit of a hard one today. I didn't really necessarily feel up to it. But sometimes you kind of got to push through that and just go and see what happens after that. So look, it's been a pretty full-on week as well, it being a short week since we just had Easter. But it's been very busy. Next week's going to be another busy week for work, but trying to get as much exercise in does really help. But I guess this is probably a good time to talk about mental health and, feeling, if you're not feeling great, or if you're feeling a bit down like I was this morning, earlier today. Physical exercise is really good for that. It's like the last thing you want to do. Sometimes you just want to wallow in whatever is getting you down, and that you think is what you need, and your body's almost telling you, oh, you're exhausted because of this, like just relax and just kind of think about everything that's bad. But your mind can play tricks on you, and I think sometimes I think all the time generally it is much better to go out, get some fresh air, get some sun, go for a walk, go for a run, or do something that you enjoy, something that's physical, something that gets you moving, and just your happy hormones kind of come out, and the endorphins really start to kick in after that, and I'm feeling that now. So I think it's definitely helpful. It's not a cure-all, but I think it's really, really big, a big thing to be doing. If you're not feeling great, it plays a big role in your health. So I think doing that today was very helpful. I haven't done a weigh-in for a couple of weeks now. I think sometimes, particularly how I'm feeling, it can psych you out if you feel like you're not losing any weight, or you're stuck. I've plateaued, like I said, a couple of times for a couple of weeks. So I just want to kind of continue what I'm doing, get stronger and fitter, and and then if there's a noticeable difference, then it's great, or any type of difference in terms of the scales, that's good. But some people have told me that I am looking like I've lost weight, my clothes are fitting better. So I think it doesn't always translate on the scales, but you know, if you can see those differences there in, you know, people telling you, or your clothes, I think that's a big indication. So, or just feeling better, feeling lighter. Again, it's not necessarily exactly the weight on the scale, but I think it's just how you feel. So I've been feeling really good of late outside of today. You know, doing really well at work, and you know, just kind of having some really good social kind of things, you know, outings with friends and family. I went out with my cousins last night, which was so great. We went to a restaurant in the city. It just caught up. We hadn't seen each other, and we're going to plan to go to a yoga retreat at some point, which is great. It's one of my favorite things to do. And you know, I tend to do that on my own a lot, but it's great to have company. So that's exciting. Another exciting development is that I'll be going to Bali in October, which is so exciting. I'll see my brother. I'm going with a friend, and we're just going to do the whole kind of like eat, pray, love type of thing. We're going to go to Ubud and do all that, and then Seminyak, and just kind of party and relax and pool and shop and, you know, drink and eat good food and all the things. So you know, when I say that out loud, it just almost sounds silly that I was, you know, feeling not that great this morning. But again, it kind of goes to show, you know, you can still have everything that you going really well, but some things can get you down. Or the flip side of that, you know, you're not feeling the greatest things, but when you start listing out things that either you've accomplished or you're going to do, or you're excited about, and you look at it and go, oh, actually, you know, there's some great things happening in my life. So I think it's really important to kind of acknowledge that it's not all, you know, rainbows and unicorns. You know, I am struggling as much as anybody else is with, you know, eating healthy, getting out there and exercising. You know, the cost of living in Sydney is ridiculous, and you know, that's always an issue that a lot of people are going through and kind of really worried about. You know, I'm kind of, you know, there's a little bit of stress obviously looking for a place, and you know, trying to get it when the time is needed. You know, I've got the backup, I guess, of, you know, moving in with my parents for a little bit until I find a place, but that's probably, you know, the you know, a last resort. But yeah, there's a lot of stress, but I am lucky in that regard. But you know, I think as much as you can have and do things that make you feel good, do them. And I think that's, you know, yeah, it's definitely something that's needed. On the plus side, it's a beautiful day. The last couple of days in Sydney have been pouring. We probably got like 200 millimeters rain yesterday, and this morning early it was really pouring down, but now it's turned into a beautiful sunny day, and it's about going to be like 29 degrees. So I think the weather also reflects, you know, how we feel, or how I feel anyway. But look, had a great run. I'm thinking the happy hormones are starting to kick in. So I'm just gonna kind of enjoy the rest of my day, read a book this afternoon, do a few things to do with organizing the things I need to kind of pack and get rid of and what have you, when it comes to this move. And yeah, you know, that's where I am. So look, again, I hope everyone has a fantastic weekend, and if you are struggling, or if you are feeling down, there's obviously, you know, exercise is great and it's a really good thing to do, but you know, there's always resources as well to kind of speak to someone if you need to. And we're lucky in that regard that there are so many great organizations that are out there to help people. So please do look after yourself, and yeah, I will check in soon, hopefully with a better outlook. But you know, again, we're not all cookie cutter, and it's not all, you know, rainbows and sunshine. It's, you know, that's real life. You have your ups and downs, but it's just a matter of getting back up and starting again with a, you know, a different mindset. So anyway, everyone have a great day. I'll check in soon. Bye.